Jackson.
I'm the oldest Jackson.
And Tito Jackson.
The swingin'est Jackson.
And Marlon Jackson.
The dancingest Jackson.
And Michael Jackson.
The skinniest Jackson.
I don't think there's a single individual alive that got it more than Michael Jackson, I'm not gonna lie. You saw that intro, where everybody was introducing themselves like normal, and then here comes Michael with his extracurricular ass self singing and shit. I know the whole time before she got to asking him that question, he was just thinking how he could upstage these niggas. No type of introduction needed for the GOAT of music, the 13-time Grammy winner, Mr. Moonwalker himself, the king of pop. When we talk about people with copious amounts of aura, people have been immortalized, people with unprecedented fame and godlike status, not a single soul comes close to Michael Jackson. Born in Gary, Indiana on August in 1958, Michael was one of 9 siblings in a low-income household. Ever since he was a child, his father pushed him and his siblings into the entertainment industry. And if you really think about it, Joe Jackson was low-key the pioneer of the modern K-pop industry. He would have them little niggas performing everywhere. That nigga would have signed any type of contract that was laid out on the table as long as it made him money. He was the definition of getting out the trenches by any means possible. He had them late night performing in strip clubs, my nigga. Underage, mind you. Nigga did not give a fuck about his kids. There are infinite amount of interviews and articles talking about Joe Jackson's abuse towards the siblings if you want to learn more. Cause I'm not finna sit here and tell you all about that shit. It's a comedic video. Despite all that, Michael's proficiency in the arts blossomed and he eventually outshined his brothers and became the main Jackson. And that brings me to the main topic of this video. This nigga's aura's off the charts. 1979! Michael's first solo album produced by him dropped on August 10th. Instant classic. Can you imagine just getting off work on a Friday? You get home, dress up, go to the club, there's mad cocaine on the counter, mad shorties everywhere. You just did a line, and then the DJ plays. Listen, son, I don't think you understand just how much this album fucked the streets up, my nigga. Locked the #1 spot for 37 weeks. First album in history with 7 songs off that mug to be in the top 10 at the same time, my nigga. Sold 40 million copies in the first year. They ran out of copies in the music stores to sell people. He won 8 Grammys in one night off of this album alone. Right before this was released, the music industry was losing major money from lack of sales. Then MJ swooped in like a messiah and literally saved the music industry with this album. This nigga's music Jesus. MTV didn't play black musicians on their channel back then. Well, they had to now! My man's success could not be ignored even by the most vile and racist people in the music industry. And this event opened the door for other black artists to be played on MTV as well. I can't even begin to describe how influential this era of MJ was. The Thriller music video literally changed the whole landscape of how we make music videos today. I'ma just stop right here because I don't know how much more I can say about this album to convince y'all how goated this man is. Because of the biopic that came out 2 weeks ago, this album re-entered at number 5 in the Billboard 200. I want y'all to remember that this album came out in 1982, 43 years ago, 17 years after his death, and that nigga's still cracking top 10. Now, we talked about how my GOAT absolutely cooks these niggas even on his worst day in the studio. But let's talk about how he does it live in the flesh. So pre-1997, my guy MJ just performing, doing his usual thing, right? Crowd going crazy, girls getting their panties soaked, watching this nigga perform, you know, the regular shit. Then one of MJ's guards picks up this girl from the stands to go up on the stage to him. And you can see her running, damn near outpacing the guard, trying to get on the stage to this man. And there go my man MJ with his arms open, ready to accept her. And Shawty was geeking like crazy, bawling her eyes out, twirling on stage with this nigga. And look at the girls in the crowd, they wish this was them up there so badly, bro. And you wanna know what Shawty does next? She gets on her knees for this nigga. How does he do it? Had her in a trance so crazy she was reminiscing about it decades later. Even put it in a graduation speech.
Un artiste va changer ma vie. L'artiste en question s'appelle Michael Jackson. Un 6 juillet à Munich, en Allemagne. Je danse un slow de 3 minutes avec Michael. Je suis en transe pendant ce moment-là. Et je comprends l'une des leçons les plus puissantes de ma vie. Tous les rêves sont réalisables.
Another moment to recall is when in 1984, Michael wanted to leave the Jackson 5 to go completely independent after the success of his first 2 albums. So after touring with his brothers that year, on the final concert, MJ announced mid-dance that this was their final tour together.
I'd like to say, this is our last and final tour. And I think this is our farewell tour. Y'all been wonderful. It's been a long 20 years, and we love you all.
That's not the crazy part though. His brothers, who he's been touring for 20 years with, found out the same time everyone in the concert did. He deadass announced it to them right there. Nah, he's too cold, bruh. Yo, I'd hate to have MJ as a sibling because everything he do, you're just gonna get compared to him and you just can't compete. He's him. You know in JJK, whenever they explain a technique, how OP it is and that no one can survive it, and then here comes the narrator saying, with the sole exception of Satoru Gojo, of course. That's how I feel it'll be, man. Let me play it out for you.
Hey, Jim, you think I could ever float like a butterfly? Bam. Well, sting like a bee?
Jermaine Jackson has the most powerful voice out of the Jacksons, with the sole exception of Michael, of course. With 5 Grammy Awards, 10 #1 singles on the Billboard, and over 100 million records sold, Janet Jackson is the most decorated Jackson of all time. With the sole exception of Michael, of course. You see what I'm saying, man? Throwback to when James Brown mid-concert called MJ out of the audience. Caught him by surprise, but my goat don't fold under pressure. He showed love to the crowd immediately, composed as hell. And when called on stage, he just casually strolls through the crowd, dapping everybody up. And look at the drip on him! The white shirt on denim, with the navy blue military jacket with the shades. This nigga drip is phenomenal. Look, as soon as that nigga get up on stage, peep the lock-in. Come on, man. It don't get no more saucier than this. That boy hit the moves on him too. It's goated as hell, man.
Oh, nigga, give me one more gram. Tell me that go.
And one final one before I go. The most infamous display of Michael's aura. 1993 Super Bowl. This was the Super Bowl that changed the way how halftime shows are done to this day. Where MJ pops up on stage and he just stood still. This nigga had the catties feigning for him left and right just off pure presence alone. His spiritual pressure gotta be crazy. Had people getting carried out on stretchers just by standing there. I'm sure you could have just ended the show just by standing there for those 2 minutes and the crowd would have thought it was worth it. No bullshit. This goes to show you that there's levels to this. And MJ is a cut above the rest.
Reb, how close are you?
I don't know, pretty close.
Like this? Or can you see chest?
I can see right about where your Nike is.
What a schmuck. Back up. Ah, diblet. Like this. That's how you back up.